Hello, spirited living folks, spirited friends and connections. Deborah Roth here on a Wednesday afternoon, a little bit later than when I usually get started, but that's life. I hope you are all making it through this, more challenging than usual week. So much going on in the world around us, and finding some grounding as we move farther into this new year is really important. And one of the ways that I want to do that is to be able to really look at the broader picture because it's so easy to get swept away in the news and everything that's going on in our personal lives, and are we sleeping well? Are we taking care of ourselves on every level? And ultimately, to come back to what we're grateful for. I did my my first new moon of 2021, new moon circle last night. We did candle magic. This is my magical candle that has all my wishes and dreams carved into it. And this year I wrapped it, and I'll tell you why in a minute, because it has to do with the goddess that we're playing with this time, with some golden wire. Hey, Kathy. And I've lit it a little bit. I should have lit it for longer today. The idea with candle magic is that you put out to the world all the things that you would love to come flowing back to you, and you carve those things, words and symbols, into your candle. And then you can cover it with wonderful oils. I have lots of different oil blends for love and wisdom and good health and all that kind of thing. And then with glitter, if you have glitter. So that's where I guess that's my counterbalance, is doing that kind of work with myself, with other people, leading these meditations, talking with folks to try to keep the higher vibration, the higher energy flowing into our world, as much as we're being bombarded as we are right now with so many other things in the world and in our personal lives. I had some weird night's sleep this week just from things going on in my life, and I've heard that from other people too. Yesterday was the new moon, but it's usually not new moons that create lunacy. That's typically full moons. So who I wanted to bring in, I wanted to focus our January goddesses, looking at our goddess team, on abundance and gratitude and any other goddesses that were around the world that were celebrated or still are celebrated this time of year. Like last week, it was Amaterasu, who ended up being just perfect to lift us up, to light us up at the end of that very horrifying day last Wednesday. This week, she was a minor goddess, a minor Roman goddess. Abundancia is her name. And I had never heard of her. I don't know how well you can see it, but I have this lovely glittery Swarovski crystal bracelet from this wonderful place called Intention Jewelry, where you can pick your intention, or you can, which I did in this case, and she has a whole goddess line. If you just Google it, she's out there somewhere, Intention Jewelry. And this is I figured I would always want to have abundance in my life, just like her name implies. So this was for the goddess Abundancia. And so I thought I'd bring her in today. It seemed in keeping with launching the year, with putting all of our wishes, desires. I don't like to use the word resolutions. I actually wrote an article about it that's up somewhere. I'm not sure it's on my site. Ask me about it. The difference between resolutions and intentions. So this time of year is a great time for that. And frankly, we can never have too much abundance. And obviously, I'm not just talking about money and gold flowing to us from all over, and that's actually the little chant that I'm going to play with you today. But also abundance on every level: mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. I mean, that's one of my mantras when I sit down and do a whole abundance thing. I'm open to the flow of abundance on every level: mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. It's okay to ask for money, and it's definitely okay to ask for what you need. which is how the universe knows what to send us, which is what things like candle magic are all about, to really consciously, symbolically, because that's how the deep unconscious, that's how our souls get connected, to put that out to the world so that our goddesses, guides, ancestors, angels know what to send and who to send our way. So Abundancia, I've shown you these cards before. This is her image in Doreen Virtue's, I think it's the guidance card. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. And she is, I think you can see her, if I can get the glare away. She's holding a cornucopia that is spilling over with coins and also grain, which you don't see so much, but that really widens the picture of the kind of abundance that we're talking about. Here's another lovely image, and I love this. I mean, this definitely does focus on the gold part of her, but she is always shown in green. Green is a color for growth, and that's growth of everything in our lives. I don't have green. This is the closest I come to green, a sort of a blue-green. But thinking about how it is and the way that you can honor or invoke Abundancia into your life is by wearing green or lighting a green candle and wrapping it with a gold ribbon. I didn't have a gold ribbon, so that's why I use this. You can see it very close. I don't know if you can see it, the gold wire that I wrapped around it. So you can find one of those and get that going for your first, or do some candle magic. Reach out to me and I'm happy to send you one of my articles about candle magic. And she basically, I mean, I don't think I need to say much about her. She is the goddess of success, of abundance on all those levels that we talked about, of our valuables, honoring our valuables, and all of the ways that that we bring what is valuable to us in our lives. So what we value and our valuables obviously are two sides of the same coin, so to speak. Here we are talking about coins. So it is very much about how we welcome, how we declare ourselves to deserve whatever abundance we want to have flowing into our lives. So I invite you, I'll lead you on a very brief meditation so we can all kind of tap into that energy of being in the flow. And I'll read for you from this wonderful little thing, because I love this. I feel like I lead lots of meditations just channeled, but sometimes when you find something lovely, it's nice to share it. So I invite you to close your eyes and just kind of breathe in the abundance of the universe. You can imagine yourself through the power of our divinely feminine imagination. Imagine yourself maybe sitting under Abundancia's cornucopia as gold coins and dust just flow over you and surround you so that you're piled high in it. A very visceral representation of abundance. And then allow yourself to continue to define, and you might want to write them down in a moment when we open our eyes, all of the ways that you wish to first acknowledge and be grateful for the abundance that exists in your life. And then what are new ways that you would like to bring it in? And reach out to abundance in this way. Asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. You are very powerful. And Abundancia is here to support your growing power. It's right for you to receive this help as we function as a team. Abundancia hears your prayers, your worries, your affirmations, and she's pouring her cornucopia of prosperity over you now. So expect unforeseeable windfalls and gifts from every direction on every level. Notice the new ideas, feelings, and visions that bubble up. This guidance gives you clear direction about actions to take in conjunction with her assistance. Together, you and Abundancia are unstoppable. So just let yourself bask in that presence of overflowing abundance in your life, every way that you can imagine. And I'll sing for you this chant. You can join in if you like. This has been a spoken one that I've used for a while. And I keep changing the tune when I do it. But let's see what comes out this time. Piles of silver, piles of gold flow into my life as you have been told. Riches come now to make my life whole. Abundance of health, heart, mind, and soul. Piles of silver, piles of gold flow into my life as you have been told. Riches come now to make my life whole. Abundance of health, heart, mind, and soul. Piles of silver, piles of gold flow into my life as you have been told. Riches come now to make my life whole. Abundance of health, heart, mind, and soul. So, take that in, create your own tune around it, or just speak the words out loud. Piles of silver, piles of gold flow into my life as you have been told. Riches come now to make my life whole. Abundance of health, heart, mind, and soul. So, with that abundantly flowing energy coursing through you, set out into the world and really declare what it is that you want to bring in for yourself now and throughout the rest of our year. Thanks so much for being with me, and I'll see you again next week. Bye for now. Namaste.